What is going on, friends? This is Matt Carter, that YouTube Realtor, and another month is in the books, so we're coming at you with another market update for the month of November. So if you haven't been here before, make sure you follow along, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the little bell to get notified, so you make sure that you are aware of all my videos that come up in the future. I release one every week, try to keep on top of things, bring you the latest information on what's going on in the real estate world, especially in and around the London, Ontario region where I do most of my business. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So looking right into those numbers, we had 580 homes sell during the month of November, as well as 576 homes hit the market. So as you can see, pretty much every house that is hitting the market and then some is selling right away within the month. So not a lot of inventory in the market to pick and choose from. So that left us with just 210 listings left on market at the end of the month, which, if you think about it, I mean, it kind of sounds like a lot of listings on the market, but relatively speaking, you look at the 10-year average and the 10-year numbers here, and you can definitely see it's at an all-time low for active listings at the end of the month. That, coupled with this next stat of months of inventory, I talk about this every month. I think it's a very important statistic to be keeping an eye on, keeping a look at if you're looking at the market and monitoring the conditions. And you can see that we had just 0.4 months of inventory. And if you're not familiar with this stat, what it basically means is if no more homes were to be put on the market and we were just left with the ones that are currently active on the market, how long it would take for those homes to sell at the same rate that they've been sold at. So you can see that 0.4 months of inventory. So we're just under 2 weeks and all those houses would be gone. We wouldn't have anything else to choose from. So looking at that, there's really strong demand. There is not a lot of inventory to choose from. So that's kind of leading to all the pressure and everything that's happening and has been happening the last couple of years. So next up, we're looking at the sales to list price ratio, which will give you an idea of roughly what homes are going for compared to what they're listed at originally. And homes are going for roughly 12.5% on average above what they were listed at. So it's a pretty large amount if you're considering the average price home in London, which in November just eclipsed the $671,000 mark. So this is an all-time high for London, and it's pretty crazy that we're seeing numbers up this high when a couple years ago we were down in the 300-400s. So things have gone crazy in the last little while. If you've been keeping an eye on the market at all, you're well aware of it, but those numbers just keep on climbing. We saw a little bit of a lull a few months back, but we've kind of picked right back up where we left off, and the numbers keep on climbing. So the real question is why do these prices keep on climbing? And a lot of the times, a lot of people will tell you, I think I've mentioned a lot in the past, and it's half true. We may have been lying to you a little bit, but everybody's saying that there is no inventory, there's nothing to choose from. I even spoke about it, not a few minutes ago, specifically about that. And it's not exactly that there's no inventory to choose from. You look at the the new listings that came into market, and this past month, we were actually above the average over the last 10 years. So it's not a matter of people aren't putting their homes up for sale. It's the fact that the buyer demand is just so high that all of those homes are getting sold really, really quickly. The average days on market is, I think, about 7 days on market. So everything's going within that week. Nothing's left over, and we're being left with those active listings of 210, which is super low along with that months of inventory. So one of the biggest questions I get asked by a lot of people is, do I think this is going to change anytime soon? And I think this is the question on a lot of people's mind, people who are looking to enter the market, maybe people who are looking to make a move to maybe that next step in their house goals. And if you look at the numbers, something drastic needs to happen if anything is going to change anytime soon. We are super low, relatively speaking, for inventory, like I was talking about. We have a ton of people who are looking for houses. So eventually we will get to that breaking point. There is always going to be that point where the prices just get too out of reach for the demand that's there, and then the demand will start to go down. But based on these numbers that we're seeing, and that's as much as we can go off of, everything else is just pure speculation. So unless something major happens, a correction maybe in the US market, some sort of recession event happens, we're going to continue seeing these prices go up. If anything, unless any of these numbers change and changes that supply and demand. So that's about it for the month of November. We're getting up on the end of the year. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the next month. I know I just shared my opinion on what's going to happen, but let me know what you think is going to happen. And maybe, going into 2022, it's going to be a big time for a lot of things happening, I believe. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. And if you're looking for any more information in specific areas of the city, specific property types, make sure you shoot me a message. I'm available all the time to get back to you with whatever you're looking for. So, and of course, if you found value in this content, make sure you pass it along to others who you think would value from it as well. And show me some love. Help out with that algorithm so more people can see videos like this. Hit the like button, subscribe, stay notified for all my videos coming up in the future. And until then, take care.